wouldn't go in the ring with him. I wouldn't. I mean, he is that fast and that effective, and especially his punching power. And I know anybody get hit with his punch, you'll be knocked out.
So he really liked Muhammad Ali because of the lightness of the footwork.
Yeah, Bruce and I were talking about Muhammad Ali, and Bruce thought that his hand speed and his foot speed put him to another class, somebody that weighed 220 pounds, 215, 220 pounds.
And he would, if you asked him to fight, well, I asked him to fight. That's how it came about. He didn't ask me, I asked him. I said, I want to fight with you, I spar. And we sparred. And actually, he's the first man that I've seen that could use his hands, both of them equal. We all strive for that. But I'm just telling you, if he hit you with a left, you weren't sure if it was a right, a left. If he hit you with a right, he'd hit you with either hand, and they both had the same power. And he could kick with either foot, like Superfoot Wallace. I'm sure you heard of him, Bill Wallace. Well, he only has one leg that's real good. Bruce Lee used to be able to do that with both legs. But I went in my fighting stance, and all of a sudden, wow! And back at that point in the martial arts, people didn't. When I first met him, he told me, I can hit you 4 times before you hit me once. And I doubted that. But he did it.
Okay, that's good.
Till the time I got in my stance, he had me hit. So, I mean, that's how fast he was.
There's a reason for it. And it was kind of a cockiness, the cockiness that I think all Americans kind of have inside of them, to say, well, I can do it, I'm good.
He's probably the most dynamic person I've ever met in my life. I mean, he could go from 0 to 140 miles an hour in no time at all. Pow, he'd be gone.
He did the same thing to me that he did to James Coburn. What he did was he has this 1-inch punch. He straightens out his arm like this, places it against your chest, and then, by some strange action, he just kind of twitches, and you go flying back about 6 feet. I hit the wall and fell off of the wall, fell down, and I thought to myself, what in the hell happened to me? How in the hell did I go flying back 6 feet, hit the wall, fall off, and fall down on the ground? I'm the Pan American gold medalist for judo. How could this happen to me?
鮮やかな連続技。鋼の肉体美。あの会長音。目にも耳にも焼き付いて離れないアクションスターブルース・リーです。そしてもう一つ忘れてならないのが武道の世界を革命的に変えた男としての顔。彼が編み出した格闘芸術ジークンドーです。拳を遮る道と書きます。これは1967年国際空手大会で26歳のブルースが披露したジークンドー。防具をつけて相手を本気で殴る、蹴る、投げる。当時武術の多くが決められた型を重んじ、直接突きや蹴りなどを体に当てなかった時代にブルースは何でもありを打ち出し、武術界に衝撃を与えました。あくまでも実戦を想定。 相手が全く防御できないスピード。自分より大きな男をわずかな動きだけで吹っ飛ばす。全身の力を拳に伝える。
The first internationals is in Long Beach, California, and I was instructed to take Bruce Lee because he was the guest. So I was sort of like the tour guide for him. He demonstrated his art before he even demonstrated in front of the black belt audience. In the hotel room, he says, you can choose everything. You can side kick, you can round kick, and I'll just use my jab. He used a little bit more on the jab because when he knocked me out, it was a little bit more like a hook. So it came off the side here like that. So the ease in which he did it, and explaining while he was doing it to me, that was mind-boggling for me. It was like a bad dream, like you have the dreams where you can't run.
When Bruce Lee came up and did his performance on his Kung Fu, it was something different I had never seen before. And he said the individual is more important than any style or system. That's when I said I need to train with a man like this.
He was just so ahead of the times.
He'd go to Ed Parker's events in Long Beach, and they treated him like he was a god.
When he did his one-thumb push-ups, you could hear a pin drop.
He showed his speed, showed his power, showed his one-inch punch.
People who always say, my gosh, Bruce Lee is the fastest person on earth.
He did these things so realistically that people didn't know if it was show business.
And really pound to pound, anybody stronger than him. He does, finger, push-up, two-finger push-ups. I cannot do it with 4. Although I do 1,000 push-ups with this, but I cannot do it with my finger.
李小龍我頭一次見佢喺香港酒店6樓啦，我印象好深刻。佢因為拍完唐山大兄翻嚟，而嗰次合作咧就係喺韓英傑同埋林振英死咗一個嘅香港演員，我嘅師弟林振英介紹嘅。佢話喂，有個傻佬好勁喎，我同佢好 friend，介紹我出嚟見下面啦。咁就喺香港酒店6樓，我頭一眼見到佢係着住一件藍色嘅牛仔恤衫啦，入邊好似我咁着白色嘅底衫，咁一條牛仔褲啦。好瘦，望落去好瘦，面口好瘦，留鬚啦，戴副我哋叫曱甴眼鏡，我 Ray-Ban 啦，佢嘅招牌眼鏡咁上下咯，就喺香港酒店6樓飲咖啡。咁你知啦，我哋嗰陣時後生啦，一定會好鋭氣啦，咁文無第一，武無第二啦。咁聽阿振英講到佢咁誇張，佢話點都會話係唔係啊？咁啱跳鬼命嘅望落去得唔得啊？嗰隻啦。咁但係嗰次嘅印象令我好深刻，因為係真係哇咁大家都知道啦，先講嘅就係佢可以2隻手指，然後12下剝咗衫之後12下嘅掌上壓啦。先講佢剝衫咯，佢剝衫同佢着住件衫係2個人嚟嘅，基本上佢嘅闊背肌可以每邊拉出嚟3寸半以上咯。咁呢個已經係令到我哋咁啦。12下用2隻手指12下嘅掌上壓，我諗即係之後都有好多人會試到啦。但係有一樣嘢我到而家都未見人做得到嘅，嗰個係關乎到身體嘅柔軟度嘅力度，我哋叫柔軟度嘅力度同埋個爆炸力，一啲某部分肌肉嘅爆炸力。你想試一下，想像一下，就係當你人企直啦，企直你要低身啦，腳膝頭哥唔准彎，然後由你個腳尖開始咁樣攬3攬啦，然後擺個拳頭喺地下啦，做個食指咁樣啦，唔該你踎落去，掂一掂佢，起翻身，腳唔准彎。到目前為止我未見人做得到，而我哋係由細係受舞台訓練啦，係一啲關鬥啊，一啲嘅腰力啊，或者一啲臀部嘅一啲肌肉嘅收縮嘅爆炸力嘅，我哋係好熟悉呢方面嘅。而我哋當時一睇，我哋就知道嗰個難度會喺邊度，而呢個係令我自己好震驚嘅，係第一次嘅印象，係可以誇張啲講嚇親我。
At the end of a broom, picking it up. Picking up more than your own weight with one hand, picking up a chair by the bottom, 2 thumb push-ups, 2 finger push-ups, 1 hand push-ups, 1 thumb push-ups. I mean, it's incredible.
行街有兩個呢個叫甩毛飛啦，叫做飛仔，係把口啊，飛仔啊，阿 Bob 咪 Bob 咯，阿 Bob 咁咩樣咁？佢突然間聽到喎，
係點樣？哦，有兩個飛仔
就話
見到李小龍
嘅乜樣？
李小龍嗰條
粗口乜樣？係佢突然間定一格，
你聽到，大家聽到，
成都聽到。嘿，佢頭先鬧我，死人㗎！如果我哋潑一潑火，佢真係打死人㗎嘛。我冇，佢話龍哥啫，唔係，佢一過去，你嗰啲力係邊度嚟啊？點樣咧？嗰兩個嘢大話咧，104磅多啲啦。佢就咁兩隻手穿住個皮帶，你兩個頭先講我乜嘢話咁？兩個嚟我哋真係傻嘅大佬，
真係嘅，真係睇住一隻手一個。
130磅嘅啫，最肥唐山大兄133，死嘅時候126磅，
即係抽住條皮帶就咁
穿住。咁啊！你頭先講咩啊？咁喎，
咁兩條友咧，
佢唔係啊！我嘅龍哥咋？咩事啊？對唔住龍哥，冇嘢，嘭落個錯咗。哇！冇唔該，你話嗰下力係咪癲㗎？
即係佢咁嘅磅數可以
整得起啊！
一邊84一邊84
兩隻手清一個都難啊，大佬！
喂，咁你同阿小麒麟啊，佢哋成扎都驚㗎喎，即係你見到。
我唔係驚㗎，
唔係即係你會撳佢唔係又
點撳啊？
係咪啊？撳佢唔到。
我點撳嗰隻嗰啲力？突然間
佢都好火爆㗎啦，咁係咪都？
佢嗱，我哋練武嘅人咧，最難咧就係3樣嘅，快、準、勁。佢做得到。佢突然間砰呢下，佢全身嘅力可以嚟到呢度。但係翻手呢下就，佢係即係佢好似個摩打嚟嘅，
啲力可以走嚟
一波轉去4波嘅，即時可以咁樣嘅。
咁我呢兩抽住兩條皮帶都一波轉4波㗎啦。
你話嗱，冇人知啊！你揾個可樂嘅罐，你揾手指篤穿佢。
又篤10年都未篤穿啦嚇！
我練過，我幾時斷手指？
真係插落去。
佢有次，
大家唔好亂咁學啊！大家唔好亂咁學啊！
真係唔好制啊！有次就去一間夜總會，就俾人一圍住。
做咩事俾人圍啊？
要佢表演。
即係大家知道李小龍，喂，成兩。
係龍哥得啦，
整兩拳啦。
肯定背嘅。係喂，整兩嘢睇下，佢哋咔嚓咔嚓跳。誒，你唔睇？睇戲睇到啦，我睇你啲堅嘢。嗰啲流話唔係我。想睇你都未睇過㗎咁，佢冇錢㗎嘛？嗱，我冇錢嘅，你買罐牛奶翻嚟，唔知有冇啊？嗰隻牌子，咁都唔怕
奶粉啊！買罐奶粉
唔係煉奶，
煉奶，
英德煉奶係硬過壽星公啊嘛。嗱，你買翻嚟㗎波，你買翻嚟㗎咯，睇住咯喎，手指冇事嘅，
但係佢可以做到呢個係咪除咗？即係就係頭先你講啲，佢又要快又要準又要夠
快準勁，同埋大家嘅撞力，將佢一攣到盡嘅時候，差唔多盡呢度，差唔多就撞落去。
佢呢邊都要撳佢嘅，
攣㗎，
要攣佢突出嚟就
唔係突出嚟，佢啱個對衝力。你有冇可能學佢練一下插子，練3個鐘頭？
點樣㗎？
對住一個 A4 紙咁大嘅一塊皮，冚唪唥有晒彈弓，一個鐵架，
喺度做咩啊？就係練嘢，
就係練嗰一點，實會歪噶嘛。朝頭早練都話冇人知㗎啦，我教咗你啊。
好似咬手骨咁，冇人夠咬，我諗啊，因為佢嚟到咧，你任何人喺度講乜嘢咧，就咧咁話啦，掟手定啊做咩啊咁樣？用力啊，冇人可以整到佢，佢話落就落，即係同埋佢嗰個咧，隻腳大家見過啦，諗住個肘肱啊嘛，佢個膊頭咧，即係咁大家企喺度，哼，哇！你都唔知凳喺邊度？佢個喘勁好犀利，佢成日強調咧，其實打嘢係個喘勁，即係你扎行慢弓咁打。俾人打咗10下啦，
即係高爾夫球咁嘅意思咯。係啦，
係個短波咪。所以你見佢啲，佢嗰陣時就將電影武術改良咗，就係唔靠招數，係講真打。如果個快咧係快到你，我哋平時要教快啲，令到大家打得慢啲嚟快，佢係要教慢啲。因為快，因為打得太快睇唔到。
佢打嗰啲疾勁去練，咁我哋嗰陣時都有學咯，即係後生咁啊！我哋個個都好服佢啊，尤其假完就練完之後，哇咁好大隻咁，俾佢練完之後就個服。咁佢同埋練緊咧，綁繩喺度 講明講，佢話點樣可以打到佢爆？我哋打爆，用手指打爆佢，因為佢嗰陣時佢係好大力嘅。佢同我哋喺泰國嗰陣時咧，咁佢係洗杯咁樣洗杯搣爛個杯，佢咧就我哋攞啤酒蓋咧，咁佢開咧我哋咬啊咩，咁佢咪佢揸住撳你咧，但係佢係撳開嘅，佢指講好大力嘅，佢呢兩陣時佢 push up 好大力嘅，咁佢係話佢話呢個蘋果佢咁樣揸，我揸爛佢，嘣唔揸爆啊！佢打佢條繩一定喐，佢如果打佢疾徑咁近疾徑，打爆佢，嘣打爆條繩，淨係震一震嗰陣時佢 OK。佢知你嗰個好犀利，嗰你話呢把係刀嚟嘅，呢個係錘嚟嘅，唔會擋你嘅。佢去打橫打邊去，截拳道就係佢唔會食你嘅嘢，佢唔會擋你嘅嘢，佢係唔擋唔弱嚟，眨眼嘅時候嚟中你嘅嘢去做，咪 Bruce 做到呢樣。所以好多個都好服李小龍啊，因為佢根本就係 free fighting， 根本就係打交，佢就係成日打交，佢俾人伏。就會，即係佢俾日本仔打過喺機場，8個打佢一個，佢都打到人哋彈開。咁
咬手瓜，
係你有冇咬手瓜？
咬喎，真係冇人教佢咬嘅。我咬手瓜出世名㗎啦，但係佢咬手瓜真係犀利。
佢點啊？嗰日同你話喂，不如一齊玩就玩咬手瓜。
試下你嘅力啊！咁我試下你，我想玩咁揸，真係好犀利。佢手瓜，一下就落㗎啦，我都學咗佢啲嘢。
有乜？佢有啲咩嘅竅門？
有啲竅門嘅，一下丹田，一二心鬥快。嗰下手臂嘅爆炸力咧，就將你壓落嚟啦。仲有一個叫楊師，聽過未啊？
我知，
好大隻
喺龍爭虎鬥裏面都有。
係啦，冇錯，嗰個楊師，楊師咬手瓜都唔夠佢嚟。
你見過啊？係嘛？
楊師親自同我講噶嘛，我都輸俾佢啊！唔好話你啊，你咁你出嚟力度幾犀利咧咁樣。
I remember when I would go to his house to train. I'd train in his garage or I'd train in his backyard. I'd walk in the door. First thing he'd do is he had pretty good forearms. He'd stick his forearm out like that and he'd go, "Hey, Joe, feel my forearm. And then he'd pull his shirt up, show me his six pack, say, "Here, hit me." And then the third thing he'd always do, he did that movie In a Drag. He'd take his leg and stick it out like a straight side kick. And he'd hold it there like that, and then he'd move his leg around so he could show me he could move his leg. And then he'd go back and teach. He always had to show off first. Now, that's a little kid in him, but he would do things. For example, he took one day a 75-pound barbell. It doesn't sound like a lot of weight, but pull it up to your chest with the elbows out like this, not like this. Okay, elbows out like this. In slow motion, stick it straight out in front of you. 75-pound barbell. Standing position and lock it. You lock the elbow straight and hold it. Try with 50 pounds, you know. Most people can't do it 50 pounds. He only weighed 138 pounds that day. He's 5'7". I think he died at 126 pounds according to the death certificate. So, a little guy, that's impressive.
Rather than participating in non-contact karate tournaments, which he considers little more than glorified games of tag, Lee instead devotes himself to devising a more scientific approach.
我们练得很勤啊，我家有个很大的中庭，我当时住在塔克路上一栋古老的西班牙建筑，我们呢就在中庭练习。他带了一个很大的沙包来，我把它挂起来用来练习侧踢啊。他说好，照我这样做啊，然后 bang 一声啊，踢中了沙包，那个沙包啊大概有150磅重，就这样啊被 踢到院子的中央，然后一直飞到草地上。沙包里装的是碎布，我们花了好几个月时间捡那些个碎布啊，那些小碎片的碎布全都散落在草地上，当时好惊人，连他自己都吓了一跳。
佢有示範過啲咩嘢？你見過啊？嗰次即係喺佢屋企
示範過出拳啦。咁我又打幾下沙包俾佢睇啦。之後佢咧就試下我針棘、針西棘，小麒麟就攞咗沙包，
即係人咁大，
係啊，個人咁大啦，佢頂住啦。咁小龍大約係攬3步到啫，衝埋去踢個沙包咧，阿小麒麟成個人好似支箭咁，成個飛咗去嘅。以前只有拍電影先有呢招嘢嘅啫，不過我第一次真真正正見到人個腳係咁勁嘅，就係小龍，而且佢唔係好大隻喎，大家都130幾磅啫喎，佢能夠發出嚟咁大嘅力咧，非常之唔簡單。
Kick me in the stomach as hard as you can.
Oh, wait a minute, I don't want to hurt you.
I'm holding an air shield. Come on.
Drive right through it, won't I?
I'll risk it.
Okay.
Come here. Now put your hands in here. Hold it against your side. Brace yourself. Now I want you to feel the difference when I put my body behind the kick. When I count to 3, exhale strongly. I'll be kicking you.
Okay.
Can you stand behind me?
Who's there? Who is that?
It's me, baby. Just in time to pick up the pieces.
Oh, ho, ho.
Ready?
Ready.
1, 2, 3. Hey, hey!
You all right? What did I tell you? That guy's fantastic. Pax, quiet now. Quiet, he's a friend. Fantastic.
What is this thing you do?
In Cantonese, Jeet Kune Do, the way of the intercepting fist.
Intercepting fist, huh?
Or foot. Come on, touch me. Any way you can. You see? To reach me, you must move to me. Your attack offers me an opportunity to intercept you. In this case, I'm using my longest weapon, my thigh kick, against the nearest target, your kneecap. It can be compared to your left jab in boxing, except it's much more damaging.
I see. Well, speaking of a left jab...
Oh, this time I intercept your emotional tension. You see, from your thought to your fist, how much time was lost.
Not much.